Hello folks, it's 1st of February here, still dealing with the snow and the cold weather here in Ohio, and the other day I had a chance to peek in the hives and see how the bees were doing, and it doesn't look like it would hurt any if I would do a little bit of emergency feeding. So today we're going to make up some candy boards. We're not going to do the full candy boards, we're going to make some miniature versions. This recipe is not mine, I can't take credit for that, but it's a recipe I found online and looked pretty simple. So I wanted to share it with you today. So let's go on into the kitchen and we'll make up some candy boards. You're going to need a large pot to boil everything in. You're going to need your sugar. You're going to need paper plates. And you're going to need a cup to measure your water. The recipe I found online requires paper plates to put the candy board on after we get it made. We'll get started now. Now we'll bring this to a boil. Okay, the next thing we're going to do once the water heats up is 1 pound at a time we're going to add our sugar. And an easy way to do that is I've got these 16-ounce styrofoam cups. When they're full, it's roughly 1 pound of sugar. Okay, we've got a pretty decent boil going on, so I'm going to go ahead and add my sugar. My first cup, or first pound, whichever way you want to look at it. And we want to stir this in until it's completely dissolved before we add another cup. Okay, that cup seems to be dissolved, so we'll just keep this process going. And here's my second pound. So far seems pretty simple. It was noted on the site that I read that it'll turn a beige color, and I'm sure it's going to get extremely thick. If you're interested in reading this article yourself where I got this recipe, I'll leave it attached in the description below the video there where it says show more. You can go to their site and read their blog and get their exact recipe. Okay, we're getting ready to move on to the second bag of sugar now. Moving right along pretty quick here. Go ahead and fill up my cup. And like I said, this is roughly 1 pound of sugar in this cup. So this helps give it a chance for the sugar to dissolve before you add too much at once. That's why it's suggested that you use the cup. You can kind of see how thick it's getting there. You're not supposed to do that. So do you think it's getting thick? Now this is the last cup. I'll stir it in, and I'm going to go ahead and shut the heat off. So here they are, folks. Once they cool down a little bit, they can be placed in a 5-gallon bucket and easily carried, stacked on top of each other and carried to the bee yard. That makes it easier to transport these into the hives. Now when you get to the hive, you want to flip the plate over, laying the sugar board down on top of the frames and removing the paper plate. The paper plate is only to help it set up. So that's it, folks. If you enjoyed this video, please like it down there at the bottom, and hopefully all of our bees are able to survive until spring, and once spring gets here, hopefully they do really good.